everyone, welcome to my channel. I've got the amazing Stardust shadows and I'm doing a little bit of a homegrown after many requests, so forgive me it's taken me this long. To all my Aussie subs and to all my other subs, I hope you don't find this too boring down under with our own political issues that we have. We do actually have a election coming. Now in Australia you actually have to vote. If you don't vote you get fined, and that's from 18 and up. There's no ifs, buts or maybes. Everyone that is an Australian citizen must vote. There is no exemptions, and yeah, the fine's not pretty. So this is why we don't carry on. It's not a big pantomime or coliseums or what you see in America. You just don't get that. They do campaign. They certainly do campaign, and they might end up having some sort of debate or something on TV. Sure, but it's nothing like what happens in America. On saying that, we've got we've got one coming up. I still don't know when it is. I don't think at the time of reading we still haven't got it. I think it's supposed to be in the middle of May. That is the absolute latest that it can be called. So Albanese is going to have to call it very soon, and because it's mandatory, of course, you don't need much notice basically. So yeah, we're just going to read on Australia's future and the pending election. All right, so we have pink side is the oracles, and the dark side is the tarot. So we get a double whammy here, and I love using these for this kind of reading. Living incognito, and that is the Three of Coins. All right, so the Three of Coins is some sort of plan. Well, of course there's a plan. There's a left, and then there's a right, and then you've got the election council themselves. That I think they have to get in contact with the Governor General to announce it and get it all approved by Charles, because being under the Commonwealth, of course, the head of state has to know about it. So yeah. Obviously, there's a plan. Okay, thank you, cards. All right, and compliant obedience. And then you've got the Hierophant. Oh, good Lord. Are these cards on fire? These are brilliant. So just in case there was any sort of confusion about what plan are we talking about here, well, it's the election. So the cards are saying, yeah, it's coming up. And it looks like maybe this weekend they may be talking to Charles about it, allegedly. So we may find out, tomorrow at the time of reading. So we've got different, not what you expect, and it's the Page of Coins, and it's a bought start. So there's your port ballowing. They definitely do that. That's what happens. I mean, you're not supposed to do that. There's a lot of people out there campaigning, and there's a lot of funds, and it's been proven in both sides of the party, not just one. We have a lot of different parties, yes, but predominantly there's Liberal, which is mainly right wing, and Labor, which is mainly left. And Labor doesn't have a U in it either. So, it's confusing, and even the colours are confusing, because the right ring is basically red where Labor is red. So what they say Liberal here is right wing. Okay, so it's extremely confusing. If you follow world politics, Australia is a little island down the bottom of the world and has their own little way of doing things. Pages, coins, some sort of bought start. Well, I would say both parties are probably out there, doing what they're doing this now, getting votes kind of thing, making promises. That there's not too many campaigns out at the moment because there's no date. So I'd say that's what they're working on at the moment. Who can they get? I mean, we've got quite a few rich people here, who could they buy Gina? Who could buy Gina kind of thing, they're one of the richest women in the world. All right, so good outcome. Favourable All right, and the Page of Swords, use your voice. Okay, so whoever's the loudest is going to win. It will be an attack on the internet and an attack on the media as well. Hard call again. Do we have any swords? Let me have a look. Who are they? No, they're both cups. All right, so both the major opposition, which is Albanese and Dutton, they are both cups. So to determine which one's going to come through on this pack, it would have to be, the Moon card or the Death card. Okay, so, you've got 2 pages here. These are the messages that are coming through. They've got confirmation that Charles the Hierophant, the Crown, will find out very soon if he hasn't already. Similar under the same umbrella. Absolutely. 6 of Cups. Absolutely. Absolutely. I say this all the time. Okay, it doesn't matter what they promise, and this is from experience, and it's going back, and have to vote for many, many decades now. As soon as they get in the chair, they all end up the same. It doesn't matter whether they're left or right or Liberal or Labor. They are all the same. Something happens in that chair and all of a sudden they change. And it looks like it's going to be the same with the past. So whoever we vote in, similar under the same umbrella. What can I say? All right. Pay off 9 of Coins. Oh, okay. Comeback rule revealed. That's very interesting, isn't it? 9 of Coins. Well, the 9 of Coins, 9 times out of 10, is a single female, but I really don't know who we could refer to, because I don't think we've got any single females that could come back. Unless, now I'm only going from Labor. Julia Gillard, I don't know if she's still married. Well, she was the Prime Minister at one stage. Is she going to come back and maybe boost Elbow's, history, so to speak? Let me know. All my Aussie fans out there, let me know who a single female would be. But someone making some sort of comeback, well, who's going to come back? Dundon's been there for years, so is Elbow. So who's the comeback? Oh, okay. Not involved, did not see. And then you've got Temperance. Okay. Well, again, that's not any of their cards, and that's actually sitting on the messages of, who they could basically pay kind of thing. They're offering something, some sort of start, some sort of, donation or something like that. It's all mixing and blending and to be patient. What was the, sorry. Not involved, did not see. Well, that just reminds me. Maybe someone's going to get busted with, put barreling, right? And they're going to say, no, I don't know what you're talking about. We are talking politics, right? Okay, set up to take the blame. Oh, hello, here we go. And you've got the 4 of Wands, stability. Okay, well, that was one of the questions here. They're actually saying, basically, is Australia going to head in the right direction, for the country and fix this country kind of thing? There's some sort of stability here and set up to take the blame. Well, I do know that currently I think both of them are being set up on the media, depending on which side of the channel you listen to. I think Elbow's getting into trouble because there's some US funds that were paid to some uni, but I really have no idea what that's got to anything to do with him. That's all to do with the research. It's not, the universities, most of them are all privately funded, even though there is government backing. All the uni students themselves, or the Australian ones, not the foreign ones, but the Australian ones, they have loans for decades afterwards that they owe to the government. So, that's only just one of them. As for Dutton, I'm not too sure. He's been very, very quiet. Whatever it is, there's some sort of stability, okay? And this is using the voice. So I would say, which is your Page of Swords, I would say whoever is the strongest that is on both the media, social media, possibly even the debate, especially when it comes to, use your voice. I would say that person is going to bring more stability to Australia, because the Four of Wands is basically home card. All right, Wheel of Fortune, leverage. Puppet master pulling the strings. So there's going to be some sort of change. Whoever it is, there's someone that's pulling the strings that's high up in the food chain. The Wheel of Fortune is a good luck, good fortune, and let's just pull the other cards around it. Open doors, getting a start. Oh dear. Fatality, Ten of Swords. Okay. Open the doors, getting a start, make a change. It would appear at this stage, and I'm not too sure what the polls say at the moment, because I don't listen to them, because 9 times out of 10 they're not right anyway. And this is in Australia. But it would appear that someone's not going to be doing a good thing, and there's going to be some sort of change here. So would that mean then, especially when you've got getting a start, would that mean that Liberal will come back in? Will that mean that Dutton might come in on a two-party preferred or something like that? Yeah, I know, it's confusing. A lot of, in the voting system in Australia, the person themselves could end up winning, but then when you've got the other people that don't vote for either of them, there's preferences, and you get two-party preferred, which means that 9 times out of 10 the preferences generally go to Liberal. 9 times out of 10 it's normally Liberal, which is how Liberal comes in. Just maybe doesn't make it in on a two-party preferred, allegedly entertainment purposes only. You've got recorded and blackmailed. Oh dear. All right, okay, and now you've got justice and liability. Oh, someone's in trouble. Someone's in trouble. It always comes out, especially, you really do get dirty pool. We call it dirty pool when the elections are called. And maybe that's why Albo's been pushing it off too. I mean, he's used a few excuses like, floods and the cyclone and Chinese circumnavigating, which is scary. But at the end of the day, he's still got to call it. And when you've got some sort of liability and justice, he's just got to, well, especially like I said, with the you've got rebirth in a new form, and you've got the king wealth, or a king of coins, a wealth status. So getting off the beaten track, when there was someone here recorded as blackmail, right? I don't know who it would be, because I actually don't follow them. I know I should, especially with coming out with voting. But then now they're talking that there's some sort of very, very wealthy businessman that's involved as well. Now, of course, you've got that person up in Brisbane, Palmer. I mean, he's well and truly wealthy. I mean, he's also coming up and he's calling himself Trump for Patriots or something like that. Oh, good Lord. I mean, he wanted to try and sue our own state because of what our own governor did. And it's just so messy. Politics in Australia is the pits. It's the absolute pits. It really is. There's no holds barred. Everything comes out. It's dirty pool. It's literally dirty pool. And that is one of the reasons why I don't like reading on Australian politics. I think when it comes to our politics, it's messy. It's in disguise. It's a mask appearance. And it's also burden. There you go. It's a burden at home. It really is a burden. I think if we had the one where we didn't have to vote, then maybe you might get a true vote. But when you actually make people vote, I think people just rock up and they just, put X's on anything. It's called donkey votes. And normally donkey votes actually count, believe it or not, too. I know. how, how wrong is that? So you've got the valuable 10 of coins here. So there's a legacy, the inheritance. Well, not so much inheritance, unless you want to inherit the job. More to it behind the scenes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is where I'm going. I mean, there's even Bitcoin here. Maybe that's where we're going here with the Bitcoin. You know, someone's in trouble somewhere. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. It will come out very, very soon, and then all the super sleuths will go around and they'll do all their fact checking to find out, you know, what the left is saying about the right and what the right is saying about the left. I mean, you know, I'm so glad that it doesn't go like America, because I couldn't put up with 6 months of campaigning. All right, you've got fast action and 8 of Wands. So that's all in your environment. Revealed mask comes off. Okay. Well, someone's definitely in some sort of trouble here. So something's going to be revealed, and it's going to be in their environment and the internet and everything like that. Shake up rocks this scene. And that one is the Ace of Swords. So the truth's going to come out. Truth in Australian politics. Okay, that's interesting. And you've got lifetime, long term, and you've got betrayal, 5 of Swords. Well, the 5 of Swords is in-house battling, chaos, bedlam. They think that they've won, but they haven't. Maybe that's where I'm going with this two-party preferred. Technically, someone's going to end up winning, but they haven't. They haven't won the war. They're going to, and someone's actually going to be in trouble. Something's going to be disclosed, and at this stage, it doesn't look like it's going to be covered up either, and it's going to rot the cause. So that could affect the party, so to speak. Again, we haven't got either cards come up for them yet. There's not a lot of cups, and both are cups. There's not a lot of cups at all here at the moment. But you've got some sort of lifetime here, long plan, and that is well, that's someone probably coming in again on two-party preferred. I don't think it's going to be a landslide like it was last time. All right, Susan, learn from this. Wow. And that's your 4 of Swords. Oh, someone's dead and buried. So after this one, whoever loses isn't going to come back. I don't think either will. I think Dutton's been in long enough now, and he's going to have one bite at the cherry, and if he doesn't get it, I mean, they're all multimillionaires now anyway. I think Dutton was an ex-police officer from memory, and Elbow actually came from immigrant and being a single mum, so he was in state housing. So they've actually worked their way up in politics, and now they're all millionaires. So it doesn't look like, I mean, whoever is going to lose is not going to carry on in politics again. That's not unusual for Australia. Okay, reason, intended purpose, and 3 of Swords. So there's going to be some sort of heartbreak as well. Maybe there's going to be a party come through, you know, whichever party that gets voted. I think there's going to be a bit of heartbreak there. So the fact that they're both cups is probably going to be both of them. Exploited talents, and that's Judgment. Well, I think it's all going to be voted on what their talents are. Time is up, only a matter of time. Well, yeah, time is up. He needs to call it the hangman and sacrifice. Okay. And then you've got the 2 of Swords there, and inactive, going nowhere. So, in answer to what's going to happen, the King knows, the Hierophant knows already. He's actually come through on the very, very top. There is a plan to the vote. I mean, that's in the Constitution. He can't get out of it. There's going to be some sort of change. I believe that either party, whoever's going to get on, it's very level. It's very level. There's no determination. Neither of the main contenders have come up. We did touch someone on the King of Pentacles, and so whoever the King of Pentacles is, and there's some sort of possibly single but very, very rich anyway, a very independent female coming in from the past. So the only one I can think of is Gillard. She might start campaigning. She was popular and she got a very, very hard time. It was very, very bad during her time, actually, of all the things that the paparazzi threw at her. And just maybe, that might get elbow across the line again, allegedly entertainment purposes only, but the whole lot is all based on two-party preferred as we speak. There also will be a debate, or if and when there's some sort of debate, the winner will be the Page of Swords. Whenever that comes up, whoever wins that will allegedly win the election. Two of Swords, yeah, there's a choice. Basically, that's what the cards are saying. The cards can't predict who's going to win Australia. And normally that's pretty weird, actually, because we generally have some sort of foresight on who's going to, come through in America and who came through in the UK and whatever. But in Australia, the cards are going, no. See, we're all undecided. I mean, you've got the loyal lefts and you've got the loyal rights, but there's so many different other parties that are taking the votes away from the two major parties, and I think this is what the problem is. And there are a lot of greenies now, the Greens, and there's a lot of independents as well. So I think you'll find that the generations that are coming through now, the younger generations, are deterring away from the main parties, and that is why the cards can't determine it, because it will be on a two-party preferred vote, and that who's going to win. So whoever gets all the major votes first up may not necessarily be the next Prime Minister, depending on how the others vote. I know, confusing, right? Now you know why I don't do this. Not for Australian politics anyway. But hey, if there is something in Australian politics you would like me to read on, I don't have any problems whatsoever about it. In the meantime, please like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye.